Welcome to NFL Imperialism. You may have seen this concept floating around YouTube, but I wanted to put my own spin on it by going through every season in the Super Bowl era and hopefully improving upon it. Before we get going, I humbly ask that you consider subscribing to the channel and dinging that bell icon for notifications. This is the channel's primary series, but we do other things as well in both the sports and the entertainment world. We're so glad you're here. Thank you very much. If you're interested in a full thorough breakdown of how imperialism works, feel free to take a look at the first 3 or so minutes of our initial video of the 1966 season. That video is linked on its own in the description below. Right beneath that is a link to a playlist of all completed imperialism videos to date. Otherwise, we're ready to start. Today we're jumping into the 1988 season. As the 80s wind down, the 49ers used this season to put their stamp on the decade as the team of the decade, winning their third championship in 8 seasons. Before we dive into that though, we have a change in the map. The St. Louis Cardinals, the football team that is, are no more. They made the move to Arizona where they remain today. For the time being, they are known as the Phoenix Cardinals. In a corresponding move, the state of Missouri now solely belongs to the Kansas City Chiefs. Back to the 49ers, they did indeed win Super Bowl 23. In the midst of the NFC consistently blowing the AFC out in the Super Bowl, this was a very close game that was decided by a John Taylor touchdown with only 34 seconds remaining. It was the Cincinnati Bengals who emerged from their previous season's bottom 5 status into the AFC and almost the Super Bowl champions. Both teams were truly great in 1988 as reflected in our rankings, but they both sit behind the Minnesota Vikings, our 1987 Imperialism champion. Our bottom 5 marks a first-time appearance for the Dallas Cowboys down at number 2. We'd say this is rock bottom, but they still have the 1989 season left. Any team can win imperialism though, and we're going to find out who's going to win this one. Away we go. And we won't waste any time getting on the field. The wheel's going to land on the Eagles. They're going to head to the north, slightly northwest. That's close, but it's going to catch the Buffalo Bills territory. This is going to be a great matchup. Two teams that were really coming of age in 1988. The Bills host the Eagles. Randall Cunningham is out for the Eagles. Matt Cavanaugh in. They lead 14-0 late in the third. This dump-off pass goes to Anthony Toney. He's able to rumble in for the touchdown. Very little passing takes place in this game. It was the running game for both teams, and the Eagles had the best of it. They win this game by a final score of 21-0. Certainly a weird way to get to 21 for Philly. They got a safety, a touchdown with no extra point, and 2 field goals before scoring that last touchdown to get the win. They will take over the state of New York, knocking the Bills out of the game, and we have already lost a top 5 team. When the wheel lands on the Dolphins, there's only one place for them to go. They're heading to Tampa to face off with the Buccaneers. This game was tied at the half, but the Dolphins have taken control in the second half. It's 17-7. Dan Marino looks for Mark Clayton. He's covered. It doesn't matter. He makes the catch. That's going to give the Dolphins now a 24-7 lead. That's more than enough to win this game. We get another safety in this one. Tampa gets one late. The Dolphins win by a final score of 24-9. It may yet be a while before we see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers winning a game. The Dolphins take over their land and now control the entire state of Florida. Let's get right back at this wheel. It's going to be landing on the Chicago Bears. They're going to head to the southwest. Normally this would hit the Cardinals territory, but we see the Cardinals out west now. The Chiefs own Missouri, and they will now welcome the Bears for this next game. Time ticking away in the first half. The Chiefs are looking to kick this field goal. Nick Lowry tees it up and makes it. That'll give the Chiefs a 10-7 lead. And it kind of descended into a rugby game after this. It's still 10-7 late. The Chiefs try for another field goal and the Bears blow it up. They quickly face 4th and 10. They're in trouble here inside their own 20. Jim McMahon will look for tight end James Thornton. He makes the catch, picks up a few extra yards. The Bears are on the march now, just outside of field goal range. from the Chief 44. McMahon drops back. He's going to try to force this pass to Neil Anderson, and it's picked off by Deron Cherry. He's going to bring it back to about inside the 30 to the 20-yard line. That's all the Chiefs need to run this clock out. Cherry's second pick of the game, by the way. And the Chiefs are able to hold on and win this game 10-7. We've played 3 games in 1988 Imperialism, and 2 top 5 teams have seen their exit. This time at the hands of a bottom 5 team. Quite the upset here. The Chiefs repel the Bears' invasion and take over the state of Illinois. The wheel ain't got time to mess around. We're going straight to our next game. It's going to be the Raiders heading to the southwest. That's going to catch the corner of the Rams' territory before it hits the Pacific Ocean. The Battle of Los Angeles is next. Early in the fourth quarter, the Raiders are looking to tie this game up. It's 3rd and 12. Play action pass. Steve Berline lets it go for Mervin Fernandez. Makes the catch for the touchdown. That will tie things up at 10 apiece. The Raiders defense is going to look to step up here, but the Rams have other plans. They've taken it down to the 15-yard line. This is also going to be play action from Jim Everett. Henry Ellard settles in the middle of the field. Everett finds him for the touchdown. The Rams retake control of this game 17-10. They're going to go ahead and add one on before it's all said and done. The Rams are going to win this game 24-10. It is the Battle of Los Angeles, but our map kind of makes it look like the battle for Central California. That said, the Rams will take over Central California and knock the Raiders out of the game. We're about to see one of the closest photo finishes we've ever seen. The Redskins will head to the northwest, and that will just bypass the Eagles' territory and hit the Steelers. And we're talking about millimeters on this map, maybe just a few miles in the real world. All that said, we're getting this game. Redskins and Steelers next. That wheel spin may have been a photo finish, but this game is not. Bubby Brister drops back to pass late in the first half, finds Preston Gothard. He is going to actually somehow not score right here. On the edge of the goal line, they're going to give it to Merrill Hodge. He's going to get in. That's his second 1-yard touchdown run of the game. The Steelers extend to a 24-3 halftime lead, and they control the game in the second half as well. A bit of an upset here, at least in the margin of victory. The Steelers win this game 31-3. Some big teams are leaving this Imperialism. The Bears and the Bills both made the conference championship game. The Redskins were the previous season's Super Bowl champion, but they're gone. The Steelers will take over their land and move on in the game. We're going to continue to stay on the field. The wheel will select the Rams. The arrow will take them southeast. So the rest of Southern California is now at stake. The Rams take the field for the second time in San Diego against the Chargers. The Chargers hung tight here, but the Rams are starting to pull away. 11-point lead in the fourth quarter. Jim Everett's going to look for his reliable man, Henry Ellard, in the back of the end zone. The Rams score this touchdown, extend their lead out to 24-6. That is also going to serve as our final score. The Rams are going to win this one. The Rams were a playoff team in 1988. The Chargers were not very good, coming in last in our bottom 5 ranking. That said, the Rams will take over their territory, and except for the 49ers, they own the state of California. The wheel sees fit to continue giving us games. It's going to be landing on the Browns. They're going to head to the north, slightly northwest. That's going to take them into the territory of the Detroit Lions. This isn't the best Lions team. They trail 14-0 in the fourth quarter. Bernie Kosar flips it out to tailback Ernest Biner. He does the rest. Easy does it for the Browns. They're able to extend their lead here to 21-0, and they keep that bagel on the board for the Lions. Final score, 27-0. The Browns and the Lions have given us some great games in past Imperialisms. This one wasn't it. The Browns will take over the state of Michigan, expanding their land. That wheel spin barely landed on the Colts. They're going to head down southwest to face the Kansas City Chiefs. The Colts lead 21-7 in the fourth quarter, looking for more. Play action. Chris Chandler is going to find Bill Brooks, who's just going to get into the end zone. That will give the Colts now a 28-7 lead. The teams will exchange touchdowns before it's all said and done. Our final score here, the Colts go into Kansas City and win 35-14. And for the Colts, this is their first ever Imperialism victory in Indianapolis. This is a different team. They've got Eric Dickerson now. They take over the Chiefs' territory and are looking like a force, for the first time we can say this, in the Midwest. We're moving along in 1988 Imperialism. This wheel is going to land on the Steelers. They're going to head straight north, and that's going to take them to their in-state rival Philadelphia Eagles. That game is next. The Eagles' defense has once again been dominant. A 14-0 lead in the third quarter. From the 10-yard line, Randall Cunningham finds receiver Ron Johnson. That's going to be a touchdown. The Eagles will extend their lead. They couldn't get the shutout in this game. Had a little back and forth the rest of the way, for a final score of Eagles 35, Steelers 13. Imperialisms in the past have shown us that a dominant defense can carry the way. This is the Buddy Ryan Philadelphia Eagles. This is a dominant defense. They take over the Steelers' territory, and it might be early to say this, but they appear to be a massive threat going forward. This next game will get us down to 10 eliminations. The Oilers are selected. They're going to head to the northeast, and they're going to be taking on the New Orleans Saints. New Orleans looking to strike first late in the first quarter. From the 7-yard line, Bobby Hebert, quick pass to Eric Martin, gets it past the outstretched defender. That's going to give the Saints a 7-0 lead. They left some time on that first quarter clock, and the Oilers race down the field. From the 16, Warren Moon looks for Drew Hill. Double coverage, no matter. He makes the catch in the back of the end zone. We're tied up at 7. Turns into a field goal fest from here. We're tied at 13 in the fourth quarter. 3rd and goal from the 18 for the Saints. Bobby Hebert looks for his tight end, John Tice, makes the catch, breaks a tackle, gets away and dives in. What a great individual effort by Tice, the lifelong Saint. That puts them up 20-13. The Oilers now are facing 4th and 6 from their own 35. Make or break. Warren Moon's going to look for Drew Hill, and it looks like a replay of the touchdown, but Hill picks up a lot more yards, gets it down to about the 13-yard line. 52-yard gain. First down. This pitch is going to go to Alan Pinkett. In for the injured Mike Rozier, looking to get some yardage, fighting for some more. He hasn't gone down yet, and that ball is loose. The Saints look primed to pick it up, but they can't, and the Oilers recover. Oh my, it is now 3rd down, 30 seconds to go. Warren Moon's going to look for Ernest Givens, touchdown, and the Saints have to be sick about that. They had every chance to pick that ball up and end this game. Instead, we're going to overtime, tied at 20 apiece. The Oilers have the ball in OT from their own 32-yard line. Warren Moon looking to throw again. Looking for his big body tight end, Jamie Williams makes the catch. They're getting closer to field goal range. It is now 2nd down. From the 43, Moon going to try Drew Hill one more time, makes the catch. They're able to drive it down to about the 13. Tony Zendejas' 30-yard field goal is good, and the Oilers come from behind in New Orleans and win this game 23-20. We'd been lacking for some close games in Imperialism this season, but we got one there. It's as close as you can get. It went to overtime. The Oilers go into New Orleans, beat the Saints, take over their land, and with their offense and passing game, they're going to be a tricky out for anybody. We're about to get another ridiculously close photo finish. The Packers head northwest, and that arrow is by maybe a single millimeter bypassing the Cleveland Browns territory, and it's going to hit the territory of the Vikings. Wow, that is close. The The Vikings are going to attempt to be the first top 5 team to win a game this season. Let's see how they do. The Vikings defense has dominated, but the Packers have a chance here. It's late in the third. They're down 14-0. Don Mikowski tries to squeeze in a pass to Sterling Sharp, but that's Joey Browner making the pick, bringing it back for a touchdown. That was his second pick of the game. That pick 6 will make this a 21-0 game. Field goals the rest of the way. The Vikings, our #1 ranked team, defend the homeland, win this game 27-3. Perhaps the Packers wish they did hit the Browns territory. Not sure it would have made a huge difference. As it stands, the Vikings will take the Packers off the map, and they have a case for the largest landmass in the U.S. right now. We spin the wheel again, and it looks like the Rams are quite popular. They get chosen again. They're going to head to the Northeast. We're going to have our first ever Imperialism game in the state of Arizona. The LA Rams travel to face off against the Phoenix Cardinals. This is Phoenix's opening drive. They're on their own 22-yard line. Neil Lomax, still slinging it, throws into much coverage. It's intercepted by Jerry Gray. Escapes from the pack and is going to run it all the way back in for the touchdown. A rather inauspicious start for the Cardinals in Phoenix. They fall behind here 7-0, and it's not getting much better. On their next drive, Earl Farrell is going to fumble. The Rams are eventually here going to pick this up. That leads to another score. The Rams poured it on in the first quarter and quote-unquote held on for the win, 34-10. Certainly the Cardinals were hoping for a better debut in the desert. As it is, the Rams go into their territory, take it over, and now they have a claim for the largest land in the U.S. (1988's Super Bowl champion, the San Francisco 49ers, are set to take the field against their in-state rival, the LA Rams. The Rams lead 7-0 in the second quarter with under 2 minutes to go. They're looking for more. Jim Everett finds Henry Ellard on the out. He takes it in for his second touchdown of the game. The Rams surprisingly lead this game 14-0. There's still time left in the half though. The Niners are nearing midfield, 52 seconds left. Joe Montana will drop back, tries to force it into Tom Rathman. It's intercepted by Jerry Gray, and he's taking off, and he's going to score. That was Montana's third interception of the first half. This one gets brought back. The Rams lead 21-0. Getting into the second half now, it's 21-7. It's 3rd and 18. The 49ers need a play. I wonder who they might go to. That's going to Jerry Rice. He makes the catch, taken down at the 3-yard line. It's now 2nd down and goal from the 1-yard line. Montana is going to be looking now on the other side for Mike Wilson. He makes the catch, and the Niners are creeping closer. It's 21-14. They're going to be lining up for this onside kick. 2:05 left in the game. They lay it down, and they get on top of it. Now it is 3rd down. The 49ers need a play. I wonder who they'll go to. That's going to Jerry Rice, and he makes the play down to the 9-yard line. Minute 30 to go. 1st and goal. The Rams drop the defense back. Joe Montana drops back. Who might he go to? Jerry Rice with the touchdown that's going to tie this game up at 21 apiece. After a 21-0 first half deficit, the 49ers are going to be forcing overtime. The Rams get the ball first. They've driven it down to the 49er 43. Handoff goes to Greg Bell. The Niners are up to the task. The Rams punt. It's 3rd and 10 for the Niners now on their own 20. Montana looks for Wilson. He makes the catch, but he doesn't get the first down. Now it's the Rams' turn. 3rd and 11, a minute 2 to go. Kevin Fagan breaks in for the sack, his 3rd of the game. The Niners are down to it. They're on their own 40-yard line. 41 seconds left. I wonder who they'll go to. It's Jerry Rice again. Catches it down the sideline. He hasn't gone down yet. The Niners are out of timeouts. Will they be able to get the field goal unit on with a second left? They do. This is for the win. 46 yards from Mike Kofer. Snap. Kick is up. It is good. What a comeback for the Niners. They're taking this game. Final score 24-21. It appeared as though the 49ers are doing everything they could to lose this game. The Rams were primed to take it, but the 49ers have somebody that nobody else has, Jerry Rice, and his 253 receiving yards in this game. The Rams are out. They did well, but they're out. The 49ers take over their territory, and except for sharing a corner border with the Broncos, are in isolation. The Minnesota Vikings are going to head down south to take on the Indianapolis Colts. We're tied at 7 in the first half, 2nd and 5. Wade Wilson will drop back, throw a pass to Darren Nelson. He fumbles the ball, but he's going to go pick it right back up and take off with it. What a crazy play. Is he going to be able to score here? Oh, they just get him inside the one. On the very next play, Nelson's going to take the pitch and traditionally get his way into the end zone. The Vikings, very fortuitously, take a 14-7 lead, but for the second half, they played clamp-down defense, taking this game by a final score of 17-7. And when we say clamp-down defense, we mean it. They held Eric Dickerson to 13 yards rushing in the entire game. The Vikings will take over the Colts' territory and are the bully of the Midwest. For the 15th time in 23 Imperialisms, the Oilers will take on the Cowboys. And for the 14th time out of 15, the game will be in Dallas. The Cowboys trail 14-3 in the third quarter, but they're looking to move the ball here. Steve Puller is going to look for Michael Irvin. It's overthrown and intercepted by Keith Bostic. Breaks a tackle, gets away from everybody on the Cowboy offense, runs it back in for the touchdown. That will extend the Oiler lead to 21-3. Dallas will get one back in the fourth quarter to no avail. The Oilers win 21-10. There's really no rhyme or reason as to why the Cowboys and Oilers games are always in Dallas. It's just the way the wheel goes sometimes. But for the second straight season, the Oilers have entered Dallas and won the game. They take over the rest of Texas and expand their land into the South, and they are currently in isolation. Over half the NFL's 28 teams have been eliminated. The Giants are chosen for the first time. That arrow is going to take them to the southwest. That went west enough to hit the territory of the Philadelphia Eagles. That's going to be our next game. In the second quarter, the Giants lead 13-7, and they're forcing a punt, and they almost block it, but it gets away. Phil McConkey receives. He breaks a tackle, but then they strip the ball from him. The Eagles are going to look to pounce on it. They do. Reggie Singletary, the big man, touchdown. Offensive lineman for the Eagles gets the score, and they're now going to take a 14-3 lead. We take it to the fourth quarter at 17-13. The Eagles have 3rd and 27. Maybe trying to get into field goal range, but they chuck it to Chris Carter, incomplete. The Giants will get the ball back. They've moved it up to the 43-yard line. Phil Simms fires across the middle to Mark Bavaro. Perfect pass. He makes the catch, picks up a few more yards. But the Eagles' defense is going to knock him all the way back now to 4th and 23. And Reggie White burns through 2 different blockers. Picks up the sack, his second of the game. That's going to maintain the win for the Eagles, 17-13. The Eagles were NFC East champions in 1988 and were looking like a Super Bowl contender. but they lost the infamous Fog Bowl game in the playoffs. That won't be a problem in this Imperialism, so as we said earlier, they might be one of the favorites to win it all. They take over the Giants' territory. It's not a big land pickup, but it moves them on in the game, giving them their third win of the season. It sure seems like we're trying to set a single-season Imperialism record for the most photo finishes. We've got another one here that's going to hit the Patriots' territory. Found that little sliver of land. The Eagles are going to New England to play this game. The Eagles' defense came to play again. They're holding the Patriots to 2 field goals in this entire game. Here's the first one that went in clean. The second one kind of went in off the upright. The problem is, the Eagles' offense did absolutely nothing. The Patriots hold the homeland and win this game 6-0. Well, we talked about the Eagles being one of the favorites, but if you can't score any points, you're not going to get it done. They're out of the game. The Patriots take over their land, and they're now more ingratiated with the rest of the territories, so they're not going to be able to coast their way to the final in all likelihood. And believe it or not, we're about to get another photo finish. Close on the wheel anyway with the Patriots. This southwest arrow, it is just above that border between the Bengals and the Browns, which will send the Patriots to Cleveland. The Browns have had trouble holding on to the ball, and the Patriots are taking advantage. 3rd and goal from the 4, Bob Perryman bullies his way into the end zone for the touchdown. That will extend the Patriot lead to 14-0. Cleveland fumbled yet again before halftime, giving the Patriots a 3rd and 4 with 30 seconds to go from the 12-yard line. This pitch goes to John Stevens. It got a little laggy here, but he's able to spin his way in for another score. The Patriots have entered Cleveland Stadium and have taken a 21-0 lead. It's now 21-10 in the 4th quarter. 2:16 to go from midfield. Kozar looks for Reggie Langhorne, makes the catch, is able to get some separation and pick up a bunch of yards, 37 of them to be exact. It's now 1st and goal from the 2. This delayed handoff goes to Ernest Binder for the touchdown. The Browns are making their move. With this extra point, they're going to be trailing 21-17. It's now time for the onside kick. And this is placed down perfectly. Look at that kick. And the Browns easily recover it. 2nd down, 1:27 to go. Kozar is going to look for Reggie Langhorne. Again, he makes the diving catch. Takes it down to about the 33-yard line. It's now 2nd and 4 from the 27. Kozar looks for Langhorne again. They get him down quickly, but the Browns are in striking range. Next play, 52 seconds to go. Kozar is going to look for Ozzie Newsome. It's knocked away. We're going to take it to 3rd down. 32 seconds to go. Snap goes to Kozar. He drops back. He's going to try to take off. Picks up a few yards, but that ball is loose. Reggie Rembert forces the fumble. The Patriots recover, and they're able to put this game away. We almost had our second 21-0 halftime come from behind victory, but the Patriots hold on. 21-17 final score. The Patriots, because of their location, tend to get into the game late, but sometimes when they do, they make a good showing of themselves. They will take over the Cleveland Browns territory, and the Jets are the only other team left in the Northeast. We only have 10 teams remaining, and we're about to get another photo finish. The Falcons head northwest, and this is the 2nd time that the state of Tennessee is being breached through the tiniest of spaces. That means, though, that the Falcons have to travel to Minnesota and face the number 1 seeded Vikings. And it did not go well at all. A reaming here. The Vikings beat the Falcons 56-3. The Vikings keep on humming along. They add the state of Georgia to their already decently sized territory, and they advance on in the game. After the Jets expanded into Delaware, there's now nowhere for them to go. They're surrounded by the Patriots. That's going to be our next game. The Patriots take their opening possession down to the 22-yard line. Play action from Doug Flutie. The pass is going to go to Stanley Morgan for the touchdown. That's going to open up the scoring here. The Patriots will lead 7-0. Now in the third quarter, it's 14-7, about the same spot on the field going the other way. Doug Flutie this time will look for Irving Fryer, and he gets the catch for the touchdown. That'll put the Patriots up 20-7. The extra point was missed. The Jets have now made it 20-13. 28 seconds to go. Backup quarterback Pat Ryan in the game. Looking deep for Al Toon, and it's going to be overthrown. 9 seconds remaining. They're going to get another chance here. Ryan drops back. He's going to look for Toon once again. Short of the end zone and intercepted by Ronnie Lott of the Patriots. That's going to seal the deal on this one. The Jets played it tight, but at the end they fall. Patriots win this game 20-13. Not a very big pickup as far as landmass go. The Patriots take the Jets off the map here, but they are now the only team remaining from the Northeast, and they have announced their presence in this Imperialism with their third win. With 8 teams remaining, many have still not seen the field. The Dolphins are not one of those teams, and neither are the Vikings. That's where that arrow is pointing them. Miami will travel to Minnesota. First offensive play of the game for the Vikings. They're backed up at their own 12-yard line. Wade Wilson has plenty of time in the pocket. He fires deep to Anthony Carter, makes the catch at his own 45-yard line. It's going to be a foot race to the end zone. The Dolphins are giving chase to no avail. What an explosive start for the Vikings. 88-yard touchdown, and those were the winning points. This Viking defense really came to play. 38-0 is our final score. The Vikings showed out their first couple of games, but the last two they've been completely dominant, giving up 3 total points while scoring 94. They will take over the Dolphins' territory, and their own territory now runs from Minnesota down to Florida. After not expanding too much before this round, we got quite a bit here. We finally land on a game. The 49ers are going to travel to Seattle to face the Seahawks. The 49ers set up at the Seahawk 42-yard line. Second quarter leading 14-0. This pass is going to go deep to Jerry Rice, and he just making people look silly right there. Makes the catch on the goal line, gets in for the touchdown. The 49ers now lead 21-0. They'll tack one on in the second half for the dominant 28-0 victory. Lest we forget, the 49ers are reigning Super Bowl champions. They beat the Seahawks, they take them off the map, and they're looking to try to be the first team to win a second Imperialism in the same season where they won the Super Bowl. The Patriots have done a good job rolling through 1988 Imperialism, but they're going to face their biggest test yet as they welcome the AFC champions Cincinnati Bengals. Well, maybe not. The Patriots have been in control of this game. They lead 10-3 in the fourth quarter. The late handoff goes to Reggie Dupard, in for the injured John Stevens. Waltzes his way into the end zone. New England leads this game 17-3. They are going to add a field goal, and their defense came to play. They win this game 20-3. The Bengals now become the third team in our top 5 to go one and done. They're out of the game, the Patriots will take over their land, and we're down to our final 5 teams. And from this final 5, the wheel will select the 49ers and send them to the Northeast. That's going to send them to play the Denver Broncos. They played a barn burner in last season's Imperialism. Let's see how they do in this one. The Broncos jumped out to a lead in this one, but the Niners have control now. It's 20-10, and with Jerry Rice getting all the attention, Mike Wilson's in the end zone. Montana finds him for the touchdown. That'll put the Niners in a very strong position, 27-10. The Broncos score as time expires to make the score look a little closer. 27-16 is the final. Let's take care of some map business first. The 49ers defeat the Broncos and take over their territory. We're down to the Final 4, which, crazy enough, is the exact same Final 4 that we had in 1969 Imperialism. 4 names on the wheel, we spin it to land it on the 49ers. They're going to head to the southeast, that is going to bypass Oklahoma and hit the territory of the Houston Oilers. This game is next. The Niners lead by 4 late in the third. Roger Craig goes up the middle, spins around, breaks a tackle, scores the touchdown. The Oilers have been keying on Jerry Rice in this game, so Craig has been huge. Mike Kofor misses the extra point. It stays 20-10. The Oilers now drive it down. It's in the fourth quarter from the 14. The coverage isn't there. Warren Moon's going to find Ernest Gibbons, and the Oilers are hanging in here. They will make their extra point, close it to a 20-17 lead. They're going to line up for the onside kick. Tony Zendejas puts it down. The ball's bouncing around, but Jesse Sapolu lands on it. The Niners face 3rd and 17 here. Joe Montana will drop back, looks for Mike Wilson, dives, makes the catch, gets the first down. The Niners have now taken it down to the 9-yard line. They're looking to score here. Craig around left end, breaks a tackle and will score. Roger Craig was huge for the Niners in this game. 95 rushing, 63 receiving yards. That 27-17 score will be the final. The 49ers win. The Oilers made a good run of it getting to the Final 4, but they can't get past the Super Bowl champs. The 49ers will take over their territory, and with the way the map is set up right now, the Vikings are guaranteed to play in the next game. Our Final 3, the 49ers, Vikings, and Patriots, have each won 4 games to this point. We're going to knock out a quick expansion here for the Vikings. They're going to be taking the state of Nebraska. We're going to have the wheel land on the Vikings one more time. They're going to head to the east. That's going to put them up against the Patriots. The 49ers, for the 4th time in 5 seasons, will qualify for the Imperialism Championship game. Who will they play? We're about to find out. With a very sloppy first quarter winding down, the Vikings have a chance to get on the board. Wade Wilson, his first good pass of the game, goes to Anthony Carter, makes the catch for the touchdown, and this looked like it was going to be 0-0 for a while, but the Vikings get ahead 7-0. It's now 14-7 in the third quarter. Patriots facing 3rd and 5. Doug Flutie throws it between a couple of receivers. Only Carl Lee from the Vikings is there. He picks it off, and he's going to go untouched back in for the touchdown. Minnesota streaks out to a 21-7 lead. New England is going to try to get back into this game. They've taken it down to the 31-yard line. Doug Flutie drops back, is going to look for Stanley Morgan, makes the catch, the first Patriot completion over 10 yards in this game. It's now 2nd and goal from the 2. Bob Perryman up the middle has been a red zone weapon this entire Imperialism. That's going to draw the Patriots a bit closer here, 21-14. The defense is stepping up here. Push the Vikings back to 3rd and 17. Wade Wilson, Anthony Carter on the delayed route. They've got him, but he's overthrown. That's going to force a punt when they should have had a first down. And lo and behold, this punt is blocked. Ed Reynolds will scoop it up and run it in for the touchdown. What a disaster for the Vikings. The Patriots have clawed back into this game. We're tied up at 21 apiece. Fourth quarter now. Vikings have 3rd and 5 from the Patriot 45. Wade Wilson looks for Steve Jordan, makes the catch, but he fumbles, and the Vikings are falling apart here. The Patriots are able to recover. They've got the ball now. They're facing 3rd and 6 just behind midfield. Doug Flutie in the shotgun is going to throw it to John Stevens, makes the catch and drags it for some more, converting that 3rd down. They're now facing 3rd and 18. Flutie in the shotgun. Henry Thomas gets up from being blocked and makes the sack. So the Vikings will get it back. Now they're facing 3rd and 11. Their own 26-yard line. They're going to pitch it to fullback Alfred Anderson. He's just about got the 1st down. You imagine now they're going to go for it on 4th down after that play call. They're punting. Okay, they're going to trust their defense, but so far so good. They've got it to 3rd and 21 for the Patriots. Flutie fires downfield for Irving. Fryer stretches out and makes the catch. The drive continues. But again, it's going to be 3rd down. The Vikings have stepped up in 1st and 2nd. Can they stop him on 3rd? The pass to Fryer makes the catch, and it's a foot race to the end zone. They're going to catch him at the 4-yard line. 27 seconds left. Now with 8 seconds, rookie kicker Teddy Garcia. He's going to try to win it for New England. He buries it. And after being down 14, the Patriots storm back, win this game 24-21. And as it was 4 seasons ago, our championship game is going to be the 49ers and the Patriots. In '84, the Patriots got to the title game without winning a game in Imperialism. They've won 5 in this one, so they've certainly earned their place. They didn't make the playoffs in 1988, but they were a winning team. Can they take down the Super Bowl champion 49ers? We're going to spin this wheel, find out where this game's going to be, and then we're going to crown a champion. Here is that spin of the wheel, and it's going to very clearly land on the Patriots. This is the 49ers' 5th game of this Imperialism. It'll be their 1st at home. They welcome the New England Patriots. 1988's Imperialism Championship is on the line. New England stops the Niners on their first drive. They now have the ball 2nd and 11. The 49ers break through the line. Kevin Fagan with the strip sack. Ball is loose. Jeff Fuller's going to pick it up and run it in. Not a good start for the Patriots, to say the least. 49ers lead this game 7-0, but the Patriots show they're not going away quietly. They've driven it down 3rd and goal from the 5-yard line. Flutie looks for Bob Perryman, makes the catch but can't get out of the backfield. Teddy Garcia is going to line up for this 27-yard field goal. It's good. The Patriots close the lead down to 7-3. The 49ers now trying to get something going in the 2nd quarter. 1:50 to go. Lots of movement on offense and defense. This pass goes to Jerry Rice. He makes the catch. He runs it down to about the 20-yard line. The 49ers are in business here. They're 3rd and 12 now. Montana drops back. Rice is covered. Looks for Ron Heller. Terrible throw. Could have been picked. Got lucky. Here comes the field goal unit. And Montana stands up. Throws it to Rice. Incomplete. And the Niners come away empty-handed. We now move to the 3rd quarter. The Niners still 7-3. Just behind midfield, Montana steps up in the pocket, hits Roger Craig. He is making plays. As a receiver, he gets it down to the 6-yard line. Niners have to settle for a field goal. The Patriots, 3rd and 15, 4th quarter. Doug Flutie, he's going to look for Irving Fryer. Makes the catch, but Tim McKyer will jar the ball loose. The Niners will pick it up. The Patriots now need their defense more than ever. 3rd and 10, this would be a great time to make a stop. Montana, he's going to look for John Taylor. No stranger to making touchdown catches in 1988 championship games. The Niners extend out to a 17-3 lead. The defense hold on. The Patriots fall apart from this point forward. The Niners use a 24-point 4th quarter to win this game 31-3. And with that victory comes a 2nd Imperialism Championship during the 80s. This is the 6th time the Super Bowl champion and the Imperialism champion has been the same, but the 49ers are the first to do it twice. The team of the 80s indeed. The 49ers' opponent in Super Bowl 23 was the Cincinnati Bengals. They led that game with under a minute to go and had a chance to win the game, but for John Taylor's game-winning touchdown with 34 seconds remaining. They could not replicate the feat in Imperialism, victims to the many upsets that saw 3 top 5 teams go one and done. Yet, in the midst of all these upsets, the champs were able to retain their crown. It was the New England Patriots who brought the fight in the title game, but ultimately they were unable to close the deal. No shame in losing to the team of the 80s though. And here is that team. These skill position players you know, but this is one of the greatest offensive lines ever assembled. Randy Cross at center, the versatile Jesse Sapolo and Guy McIntyre at guard, with Harris Barton and Steve Wallace manning the tackles. 12 Pro Bowls between them, a number that should have been much higher, and all drafted by the 49ers. Speaking of drafting, the 49ers nailed the 1986 draft, and the fruits of that draft show up on this defense. The Niners plucked Larry Roberts, Tim McKyer, Charles Haley, Kevin Fagan, and Don Griffin, adding to Tom Rathman, John Taylor, and Steve Wallace on offense. Quite the bounty, especially considering that the legendary Ronnie Lott is still there to tie it all together. Not a whole lot of close games in 1988, but the ones that were exciting, including the 49ers-Rams game to close out these first half of games, which went to overtime. The Niners came back from a 21-0 deficit that otherwise would have ended their run to the title game before it started. The Oilers and the Saints also went to overtime, allowing Houston access to the Final Four. The second half of games almost saw another 21 halftime lead overcome, but the Patriots stopped the Browns on their run to the title game. That game was close throughout, of course, until San Fran pulled away in the end. The Niners and the Patriots led the way with 5 victories this season, representing an Imperialism best for the Patriots. The Rams and the Eagles showed out well with 3 wins apiece. The Vikings notched 4 of their own, inching them ever so much closer to the Cowboys atop the overall leaderboard. After one more terrible season, Dallas will be hitting a dynasty period, so if Minnesota want to pass them, they'd better do it quickly. The Chargers, victims of their geography to an extent, continue to languish at the bottom with 6 wins across 23 seasons. That'll about wrap up our latest episode of Imperialism. Be sure to join us when we close out the 80s with the 1989 season. In the meantime, please be sure to like and share this video, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. Let's take one last look at the 49er States of America. Just like in real life when the 49ers redeemed their 1987 season with a 1988 championship, the same came to pass in Imperialism. Thank you once again for watching this video, and I hope you have an awesome day.